Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a 1v1 replay analysis of yours truly, Plant Daddy Gaming. If you guys don't know who Plant Daddy Gaming is, he's a guy who, as I know of, does 1v1 every day, all day. He's basically a 1v1 main. As of currently, he is Champ 3 in 1v1, and he has been trying to grind for GC as of late. So in an attempt to help my friend out here, I'm going to go ahead here and do a replay analysis of one of his 1v1 games from last season. And yeah, we're going to go ahead, we're just going to open the replay, look at his mistakes, and I'm going to show you guys what he could do better. And just for context, you guys, he is trying to push into GC and 1v1s, like I said, and I've been there. I have been GC in ones, so it's not like I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I do know how to play ones. So for today's replay analysis, I'm going to be using this plugin called Jump In Replay. If you guys need it, I'll put it in the description below. But what Jump In Replay is going to allow me to do is it's going to allow me to take the replay that I've downloaded. I'm going to jump in there and like use the features so that I can show you guys what he does, and then I'm going to show you guys what he was supposed to do basically. You guys will see how it works as I get here into the video, but it's a very useful coaching tool. Like I've never seen anything like it, and honestly, I'm so happy that it's a thing now. And this is what we're going to be using to do the replay analysis today. All right, you guys, so I've got the replay ready to go here. I'm going to refer to Plant Daddy here as PDG for the rest of the video, just for reasons. You know, as much as I like to call him Daddy all video, I'm not going to, so PDG it's going to be. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you guys is the kickoff that he does here. So this is the kickoff that he starts with. Again, not a bad kickoff, definitely could be a little better. But if we restart the shot and look at it again, you know, he gets kind of, not that he gets bodied, you know, but he's kind of flipping a bit late. So if we look again, so you guys kind of notice how he flips kind of late and the ball gets forced over him. So I'm going to go ahead and do the kickoff here, and I'm going to aim to get like a single jump instead. I'll show you. So yeah, for the most part, guys, when you're doing this kickoff right here, you really just want to try and you know, level the playing field. If you guys look again at how he does it, like you see how the ball gets forced over him, and he's basically stuck in a bad position with low boost. So that's not what we want. So I'm going to go ahead here, move on to the next play. So he's going to gain possession of the ball here. He's also going to get some boost. He's going to put the ball on top of his head, and then he's going to go for a cheeky air dribble bump. Doesn't quite work out. And now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to show you guys how I would approach this. So if you get free ball in possession like this, and especially free boost, like just wait. Like really, you can honestly fake a low 50 here. So I'll show you guys that again. So I get to here, I hold the ball. And then honestly, again, you can just go for a low 50 right there. Or if you guys are feeling yourselves, you can go for the top right flick like that. So for this example, you guys, it's not that you can't go for an air dribble bump. You definitely can. You just need to go about it a certain way. I'm not saying that you know, PDG's version of an air dribble bump was like really any bad, really. He just did it too early. Like again, you could do this over and over again, but if you try and start from like way back here before you do it, the percent chance that you're gonna get that is like really low. So if you kind of like bide your time a bit, and then you jump out in front of the ball closer to the net, I think you'd have a better chance of getting it. My point I'm trying to make with you guys is that when you have full boost and full control of the ball, like you have all the time in the world to make whatever decision you want. So whatever outplay that you want to conjure up in your head of how you're going to get in the net, you know, you feel free to do that. Because again, if we look here, he does go for an air dribble bump. He goes for a little bit early, but now he's just falling in their net. And that's not really good. Like if you fall in their net with low boost, then you know you're not going to get a great recovery there. But when you go ahead and you go for a flick like this, that's a lot less risky, because even if I miss it, I'll be able to just rotate out like normal. See? So once PDG is fallen into net, his first reaction is to chase player 836, some smurf, whatever. He's a smurf, who cares, whatever. So he ends up chasing him in the corner like this, and he just doesn't get any boost. Like he has no boost, he has no momentum, he doesn't have anything. So just for you guys watching, like if you do this, you know, you're not really giving yourself blind to get pads. So again, if I go here, you know, I take these, like, yeah, there's some pads here, but, you know, there's not really that much boost. And once again, if you're going to go this direction, you know, your only real good hope there was to get a demo. So I go here, and maybe I try and go for, like, a demo or something, maybe. You know, that's about as good as that gets. But let's be honest here, you're probably not going to get the boost that player's going for. So instead of chasing him, just go ahead and pick up these boosts. 1, 2, 3, 4, supersonic, and then you can turn back in on the play. See that? A lot easier. Okay, so we've gone to here, so now Plant has put himself here in his corner, and now he's shadowing the ball. Goes ahead, flips away, gets the big boost, And he's gonna go ahead, he's gonna line up with player, and then as soon as he wants to jump, he can. He just can't jump because player is just gonna curb stomp him. He's gonna Kirby stomp him on the way there. And by the time that he wants to jump, he's lost his jump because again, he got curb stomped. So the problem with his defense isn't necessarily that he's giving him a lot of space, because he does, you know, at some point he does need to get some boost here to make himself work here. But it's when you line directly in line with them, like this, that gives you no angle to save it. Because let's be real here, what's your option? You can only backflip here. And if your backflip doesn't work, then what else is gonna work? Nothing, because that's all you can do. All you can do here is backflip. That's your only option. If you get air dribble bumped, if you get curb stomped, like this example. So if you're in this position and you grab the boost, you need to just pick a side. Because if you pick a side, and then you find your time to cross back in, look how easy that save is. So the key here, guys, is just be patient, and then just pick a side to cross from. Like that. There you go. And the funny thing here, guys, is that he doesn't have a boost problem. Here, PDG, he has 100 boost. If you have 100 boost, how is the ball going in? The matter isn't about how much boost you have. He's got plenty of boost, see? Look, he's got 100. It's just your guys' positioning is terrible. You guys need to work on your positioning. That's why these are going in. Not because you don't have boost, it's because your positioning is poor. So look back to the example for the kickoff. So look, he's gonna flip a late again. So he's gonna jump, and then he's gonna flip late, and now his opponent has possession again, which again is not ideal. So once again, if I'm you, I'm gonna aim to do a single jump, because a single jump is gonna neutralize the ball a lot better than these late flips. So again, like that, either you single jump, or if you do flip into it, just make sure that you lean into one side. So besides just like kickoff technique and how he goes about kickoff here, this is what else he could do better. So again, not the worst kickoff, can definitely work with that, but then he just cuts straight in. Now I get that he won the demo attempt there, and I'm sure that could have worked, but he's really not winning here, even if he gets the demo. Like, it's just not worth it. So again, you can go across, but you know, if that bump doesn't work out, he's just gonna pull it around you. If you guys look in this example, that's exactly what's gonna happen. He misses the bump, and he just has nothing, and he's just gonna get balled. So my advice here is, if you lose the kickoff like you just did, don't chase the opponent, just rotate wide. You've got plenty of pads right here. You can play patient. You know what's gonna happen? He's just gonna play the ball to you. Bang, like that, easy, get around him. Do it one more time. Again, if you lose the kickoff, stay wide, pick up pads, you know, play back post, and then just cut in when they give it to you. There you go, easy. The thing you guys have to understand is that this angle right here that you're defending from, like, this gives you a proper angle to defend from. But when you guys do this and you cut in like that, you're giving your opponent like every angle to shoot it top left. Because what will happen is you'll get to here, right? You'll be like, okay, I'm covering this corner. You're covering your near post, like right here, but you're not covering, you know, the far left post. So again, you'll be covering your near post, so you'll be covering this side, this little bit of it, but you're not going to be covering up here. But again, when you rotate to the side, like this, right, you're covering both the near post and the far post. So that's why the save is easier. So my tip for you, PDG, is that I know you like bumps. I know that bumps are part of your gameplay, because I've seen how you play. I know you like to get bumps. I need you to think, like, is this bump gonna do anything for you? Like, how does getting this bump benefit you? Because if it doesn't benefit you, and it only hurts you, then why would you do it, right? Because again, you can get the bump here, but what does that accomplish? Even if you got the demo there, it's not gonna give him really anything. So it's just important here to think about, what if I don't get this demo? If this demo doesn't work, right? If the game doesn't give me the demo, or I miss it, you know, you gotta think about, what position does that put you in, right? This puts you in a terrible position. And it's honestly not a shock to me that you get scored on here. So honestly, at the end of the day, it's just kind of like a risk versus reward type of thing. Okay, we're gonna look at the next kickoff here. So if we look at this kickoff, you guys are gonna see that he's gonna pull way off to the left, and then the ball is gonna pinch to his right corner. So again, I'm not you, PDG here, but at the same time, when you're doing these speed flips, you're doing them, but you're like naturally gravitating towards the left side of the ball. So once again, you are speed flipping. Like, yes, you're doing a moderately good speed flip, but the thing is that you're not counteracting the forces here. Like, you're speed flipping left, which is good, but you're going too much left. And this is why, when you guys do speed flips, you guys need to push to one side before you do the speed flip. Because again, if I do it the way he did it, I just speed flip, look, I end up on the wrong side of the ball. But if I turn to the right and then I speed flip, because I'm speed flipping to the left, it looks like this. So again, guys, this is why I'm saying, like, most of you are quote-unquote speed flipping. Like, this is technically a speed flip, yes, but it's about the technique. Like, you guys, the technique that you guys are applying here isn't really fully correct, and that's why we're ending up on the left side of the ball. and then we're not covering anything. And then that's why it's pinching on our backside. So I apologize that I can't really use like a pen here to like showcase, you know, how kickoff angles work, but you guys can kind of deduce though, like if me and him are both on the left side of the ball, like this, that's gonna pinch to the right. Doesn't that kind of make sense? So if there's two players on the left side of the ball's gonna go to the right. It's just kind of math at that point. So again, that's why when you guys do the kickoffs, you gotta even it out. If player 36538 is trying to push it to the right side, then your goal should be to push it more to the left, so that when you do it, you know, it becomes more even, not so one-sided. All right, let's move on to the next play here. So player went for like a reset or something, try to control it, perfect. Now he's gonna go for some boost. And then he's just, unfortunately, he's just going to end up throwing the ball away kind of hard. He does get the air dribble. He does get the boost. But he throws it away from himself, and the ball's moving quicker than he is, so he can't really do anything with it. So just overall, again, your placement wasn't bad, but your control of the ball kind of was. So like here, we're just really not controlling the ball here. We're just getting this one big touch that we can't follow up on. And at the end of the day, that's just gonna end up throwing the ball away like this. So my problem with this play, guys, is that he wants to like basically go for a big grandiose controlling play, and that can work. Let's be honest here, like does he have the control to be able to do that? Because here, like, yeah, you can toss it up like this, but you gotta think about it. Like, unless you practice this stuff like over and over again, putting the ball downfield like that and just controlling it off the side. My point here is consistency. Whenever you throw the ball off the sidewall like that, are you consistent in being able to control the ball off the wall when you touch it like that? Because like again, if you haven't practiced, you know, whatever it is you're trying to do, or you just don't have a good setup for it, then you're just gonna end up tossing the ball away like that. So my point here is that, does doing this work? Yes, it can work. If you have the boost, if you have the control, if you practiced it before, then yeah, that can work. But the problem with this is that it's high risk. You're throwing yourself away and up in the air, and if you mess this up, you know, you're gonna have a really bad recovery. So if it were me, that's how I would do it. I would get to here, and then I would just slow down. See that? So you just want to slow down and control the ball whenever you have the chance. Do it one more time, get to here, pick up the boost like you did, get to here, fake a little bit, and then just take control of the ball here, right? And you got plenty of time to do whatever you want. I'm being dead serious, guys. If you can just like take your time with the ball here and just and you know, he's gonna give you space. He's gonna respect you because you have the ball. And your number one friend in 1v1 is space and boost. If you have both space and boost in a game of 1v1, chances of you converting that goal is gonna be really high. So again, hopefully you guys can kind of see why this is a little bit better than this. So once again, if he doesn't control the ball, he can go for that big play because he has the boost to do so. He just needs to have the practice for it. Just like that. All right, so after he's failed his little ceiling shot attempt, this is what he does right here. So boom, kind of chases player again, gets that proxy touch so that he can't control it as well. So my first tip here is that I would probably just assume that player's gotten full control of the ball here. So if we look here, PDG has lost full control of the ball. He's basically just handed it off to player. So let's be real here. Is PDG gonna catch up to the ball here? Like, probably not. So when he lands here, I would just suggest that he kind of peters out naturally and just kind of, you know, is patient like this. You guys see what I mean? Because he can chase into here, but he's gonna have no boost, and then if player gets a touch around him, it's over. But if he just accepts his fate early and be like, okay, yeah, I kind of gave the ball away, and you just pick up some pads and you just rotate like normal, then you're gonna have a much easier time defending this. And then I would say here, even if you do that, like let's say you do cut into him like this, get your proxy touch, so you mess up his control, which is good, get this boost. I wouldn't sit here under the ball. Like, that's not what I would like to do. So if I was him, you know, you get to this point, you got your touch, you try to mess him up, just naturally move yourself over to your natural, you know, defending position like this, see? And then come in across. Like, I don't think you guys understand, like, how horrible it is to just be in line with your opponent like this. Like, it is actually terrible. So when you have time to move, you know, position yourself out and away from him so that you can come back in across and clear it. So again, this is bad. Don't be in line with your opponent perfectly. Instead, just go ahead when you have time and boost, reposition yourself, you know, get ready for that double reset he's about to do, and then come in and save it like this. All right, moving on to the next kickoff here. CDG actually gets a decent kickoff on here. That was a good kickoff. He doesn't end up winning the big boost, but that's not really too big of a deal. Goes in, cuts in. He's a little bit late to the ball. Player's gonna cut it across. And then at this point, he does have boost. And he's gonna go for I mean, I guess it's a shot, but I mean, at that point, if we're just being real here, you've tossed that ball. If we're just being real, player should have scored that. I mean, so look, PDG tosses it off. Like, guys, is that not a free net? Like, is that not the most free net you've ever seen? Player should be scoring right here. He should just got the ball for free and just put it down to your net. But what does he do? He goes ahead and he takes up sidewall. Straight up, you should have just got scored on right now. So if I was PDG, this is what I would do instead. So do the kickoff, get to about here, and then because I mean, you have the boost advantage here. You also have momentum advantage because if you look again, you know, you have time on the floor here. Player is busy on the walls and stuff. You guys kind of see that? So player's going to go ahead, he's going to start flipping, he's going to start using the walls. But PDG, you have the advantage here because you're already on the floor. See this? Over him. You know, you're not in a flip animation. You're not on the wall, right? Like this. So just remember, you know, we're on the floor picking up pads. You can go for the ball whenever you want. So my first note for this is pick up a couple pads and then just stay close to the ball. And when you see he wants to go, just put it over him. It's not hard. And even in the case that, you know, you're not comfortable going for that ball, say like right here, you're not comfortable with it, you know, you chase him in the corner, you're gonna pick up this boost, and then you're just gonna play time. You know, fake this, control this, flick it over him. Like, you know what I mean? You just gotta take more time with it, right? So get to here, you've picked up the boost, you know, you have all the time in the world to go ahead and control this. Because once again, if I shoot it here, like this, I go up here, I hit it like this or shoot it and I miss it, then what happens? Guys, my net is open. And then I want you guys to look at this. This is a terrible habit that PDG tends to have, which is just defaulting to rotating into the inside of your opponent like that. But like I was talking with you guys earlier, you know, I was telling you, getting in line with your opponent perfectly, like being perfectly in line with your opponent like this, it is not good. This is terrible defense. You know, defending from this corner, this near post, it's so hard. Like it is actually making it so difficult for you to help yourself save the ball. So please, guys, don't do this. Don't chase your opponent into their same wall. This is not how you want to do this. What I'd much rather you guys do is accept the fact you've lost the ball, you know, and he has full wall control here. There's nothing you can do. You just have to watch him play the game. And then when he touches it to you, you know, you cut across the side again. Show you guys one more time. Get to here, play wide, get these pads right here. Good. You know, and once he tosses off to you, then you can, you know, go ahead and go for your challenge. But this is bad positioning. You're positioning right under your opponent. Yes, you get the boost, but you know, you're at a disadvantageous position. But again, if we go back here, you are still in an advantageous position, and you're getting pads, which gives you boost. And you still have an angle to defend from. So by the time that player has finished controlling the ball, PDG is in this corner, but this is where you should be. By the time that player is done controlling the ball here, you guys should be in this corner, over here, right? You should be here. You should not be over here. Not at all. All right, so PDG is gonna go ahead. He's gonna be able to get a clear here. Nice, all good. Picks up the other boost, looks good. Then here, he's gonna try and play it off the wall here. Not awful. Really didn't get a good 50 here. So if we look at the other player here, he's gonna get a perfect clear. Bang, 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 perfect clear. And if I'm being completely honest with you, you should have got scored on it again. So if I'm your opponent and I just cleared that ball, you know, I get the goal every time. So this is another example where PDG, yes, you go for the air dribble, you go for the risky play, but when it doesn't work out, you know, you have no recovery, player should have scored on you. Again, he should have scored on you. So I mean, a part of me is happy here that you like converted. You know, like you actually controlled the ball, got a nice flick. That was all good. You know, I don't know if you see this, but you should have gone scored on not 3 times. You should have gone scored on 5 times because we're taking shots and we're going for risky plays that are just leaving our net open. Like it's stupid. So yeah, it says 0-3, but it should say 0-5 or 1-4. PDG gets he gets a good kickoff. It's a good one. It's not like that bad. You know, like here, get to here. Really, you know, and all in all, not a bad kickoff. But you know what the problem is? Player just won the mid boost, right? That's not good. This is terrible. This is not a position you really want to be in if you don't have to. And guess what, guys? I'm going to show you something crazy. So if I move to player here, this player 365 guy, do you know why he won the mid boost over PDG? He won it because he single jumped. Look at this in real time. Speed flips, single jump, wave dash. Bang, just won that mid boost. I'm being so for real, guys. Like, look at it, please. This is the difference, guys. This is why single jumps are better. Like 99.9% of the time in 1v1s, if you're doing a single jump, you're winning that freaking boost. So let's look at this again. I'm going to do a direct comparison of the flip kickoff versus the single jump kickoff. So this is the single jump kickoff. All right, and then this is the speed flip, but when you flip at the end, or do like a quarter flip, kind of. So do you guys see why this kickoff is better? Right? You don't jump as high, you know, you're not in an animation as long, and not only do you get a single jump, so you're not as high up, but you get a wave dash. So you're not as high, you have better recovery, and you can wave dash. And you get the mid boost. Player here is winning. He's just straight up winning. Whenever you win that mid boost, you're just in the best position ever. And here for PDG, instead of being in the best position ever, he's in the worst position ever. So that's the difference. Wave dash kickoffs or single jump wave dash kickoffs are OP, and you should be using them. I'm moving back here to this play. Again, PDG, he likes to bump. Like, he really likes to bump. He does get the goal. Gets the goal here. Nice. Good stuff. But my concern here for you, PDG, is that, yes, you're going for demos, but you're not thinking about what would happen if you didn't get it. Like, you know what I mean? You're putting yourself in these awful positions just because you're greeting so hard for a bump. And for what? All right, moving back to this play now. So we're on player 365, the Smurf, whoever this is. So he's going to do kickoff. Actually, not really, because he's going to fake it. Okay, that was a little bit of like a dark fake or something. Again, I don't watch a lot of 1v1 and like 1v1 fakes, but here he's gonna go ahead, he's gonna go for a little quarter flip, you know, make it look like he's gonna go, oh, I'm gonna go on the kickoff. Oh, just kidding. And then he's gonna get free boost and free possession. Okay, that was terrible. What was that? Okay, so normally, you know, when you do a fake kickoff like this, ideally, you know, PDG would hit it straight in the corner. He gets free ball possession, he gets free boost. Normally. Here he doesn't really do the best job getting boost and ball here. That's why PDG is able to get a shot off, but, you know, not the point. Now, moving in after the kickoff. So let him do the kickoff. There we go. Again, gets faked. Unfortunate. This man has no patience. Like, he's just impatient. Like, why are you jumping so early, guy? Why? This doesn't make sense. You know, there's no threat here. I mean, there is a little bit of a threat, right? Because player's on the wall. You're like, okay, get to here. Obviously, there's the small chance that player could jump out of the wall here and then hit it, right? Not great. So not only is there the threat of player jumping out for the ball and hitting it before you, because look how close he is. You know, he's really close to that ball. So if you even are mildly incorrect of if he's gonna hit the ball or not, that's gonna just go over your head. But even then, you know, my key here is he's not being patient. He is not being patient whatsoever, and I really don't like that. Like, if you get to here, you've just completely thrown the ball away, right? You don't have any ball possession here, you know, why? Like, why would you jump? What are the chances of you hitting that in? It's so low. So when I look at this, guys, I just see a low shot percentage. Like, yeah, he's jumping up for it. He's jumping to shoot it, but let's be real here. What's the shot percentage of that? Like, that's at least only a 15% shot chance of going in. So, like, I don't really like that shot. So if I just jump in as him, you know, I've got full boost. You know, and then if I see he's not going for it, then yeah, then I can go for it, right? Like, if I see he's not going for it, so I get to here, I've got full boost, I throw in the shot, and then I see, oh, he's not going for it. That's crazy. Let me just shoot it in. So you guys can't really see it here because even though I move up on the ball's gonna move like as if he shot it. But again, if I moved it here and we just imagine that the ball is falling to me, right? You know, I'm just waiting for the ball to come down for me to shoot it. So my shot percentage right here would be like 10 gazillion times higher if I was just patient and wait on the floor. Because what would happen is I would see it, he's not going for it, and then right here, I can take a calculated shot, jump, arrow, and then move that ball in the top right corner up here. So get to here, boom, 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 jump and shoot it right here, and then I would shoot it all the way up to the top right here, like that. Literally, just by being super patient and then timing my shot and my air rolling, you know, I would have, like, probably a goal right there. So he goes ahead, he gets it clear, he's trying to control the ball, ends up whipping it a bit, no big deal. Gets control of it again. Now right here, there, you just gotta jump. Like, you just have to jump, because you gotta realize that you're not covering your net, really. Like, you are, but you also aren't, you know. In the case that he decides to jump, you're just kind of ending up as a T right here, and you can just get it over you. So this is just one of those things where you guys have to understand that if you're coming at the ball at an angle, like this, you know, you're only covering like half the ball. So you need to jump here. Like, you need to jump, otherwise you're gonna get dunked like here. So if I show that and the jump in, should look something like this. Flip into it like that, perfect. So we get to this point, PDG's, you know, toss the ball off to his corner. He's got some boost, he's got some time on the ball here, passes it to himself. And then, once again, not really a big fan of that. I just feel like he's rushing the shot. Here's the thing, player's respecting him, and if player, you know, is even remotely out of position here, and he gets a good shot, you know, this is gonna go in. But again, he's not really lining it up very good, and he's just kind of rushing it. So if I go ahead and move in and get the boost here, and I just take my time on the shot, it could look something like this. Perfect, looks like that. Okay, look back again. So this is the bad habit I keep talking about. Every time that his opponent gets full control and full boost, this is what he does, is he just cuts in. He cuts in, and then he lines himself up perfectly with his opponent, right? And now he's only covering near post, not far post. This is terrible. Like, why do you keep doing this to yourself? So once again, he's tossed the ball off. His opponent has full control. Just be patient. This is all you can do, is just sit here and then play the back post and then time your challenge like that. So again, what does he do bad? Right? He goes here, lines up, and then he ends up in this corner right here. But that's the problem, is you're only covering this part of the post. You're not covering over here. But when I do it like this, right? Guess what? You know, I get here. I'm covering both corners. I'm gonna do it that way. So guys, when I move over here to player 3635, whoever this is, they're aiming for your top left corner. They're going for the air dribble, flipping into it, and then they're trying to hit that top left corner up there. And if they're not aiming for up there, then they're gonna aim for your backboard. So they're gonna toss it up, you know, put it up to backboard height, and then double tap it. You know, that's again why I say, like, if you just position for back here, right, then you can cover up there if you're back here. But if you're in this corner, you know, over this way, you can't. It's just not possible. All right, moving on to the next kickoff here. So PDG actually does get a nice kickoff here. Does a little bit of single jump, gets a better recovery, even gets a wave dash, like that. Now here, I don't really like this as much. If I could be him, I would move out a bit wider here and just prepare for that shot so that I can get a better clear on it. So while he does win the kickoff there, he does end up hesitating under the ball right here. And if player did a good job aiming his shot here, like this, and he actually aimed it correctly, then that would have been nearly unsavable. So if I go ahead here and play as player 365, there we go, something like that. So that's why I was saying right here, I didn't really like that he was hovering under the ball quite a bit. But he plays good patience, clears the ball out, gets free boost. So again, this is a point in the game where he has 100 boost, right? He's got full boost, and he has full control of the ball here because, again, this guy's giving him a ton of space. So unfortunately for PDG, his camera is kind of locked towards the sky. So this is going to give him a bit of a disadvantage here of being able to judge when his opponent is going to challenge him. This is just one of those times where I recommend, if you're on controller and you have the option here, you know, use your right stick, you know, pull it down so that you can actually see where he is. Because in this scenario, your ball cam, it's up in the sky. It's really difficult to see when your opponent's going to challenge. So if you guys look at PDG here, this is what his POV looks like. You know, he's just stuck looking up at the ball. But then we move over to player, you know, he can see the ball perfectly. So this is just something you guys got to think about is, you know, just camera angles, right? Because again, his camera is shot all the way up to the ceiling, whereas this guy can see the ball perfectly fine. So at the end of the day, who do you think is going to have the better chance of getting this ball? Obviously player, because he can see it better. So if I play as PDG here, right, do this. Look down, please for the love of God, look down. You know, pick up your boost and then just look down, right? And then challenge. All right, moving on to the next kickoff. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. PDG, bro, you need help on your kickoffs, guy. Like, is this like a delayed kickoff? Like, what is this? Like, I'm trying to figure this out. Like a little delayed kickoff, bro. No, goddamn, no, it's just not gonna work, bro. Like, I get it. Like, as much as I want this to work, you know, this little attempt at, you know, going for the slower kickoff. You know, this can work sometimes. Like, I'm being serious, guys. If you do it correctly, if you delay your kickoff on purpose, and you line yourself up the right way, and your opponent isn't expecting it, then yes, you can definitely win possession here. 100%. But my big fear for PDG here is that we don't want to change up our kickoff because, you know, we keep losing kickoff. Because here's my thing. If you do a kickoff and you lose that kickoff 5 times in a row, you know what happens to most people? They just think, oh, that kickoff must not be a good kickoff. I should change it. Oh, this kickoff isn't working. So I'm going to start delaying my kickoffs now so that I can win them. But that is not the mentality that you guys need to be going to kickoff with. You should not be changing kickoffs because your initial kickoff is bad and you keep losing it. Your initial base kit kickoff that you start with should be good. It should be viable. It should be the one that you use the most often. You should only start using different kickoffs as a way to throw off your opponent on purpose. In this instance, I feel that PDG is not switching up his kickoff because he thinks it'll throw his opponent off. I think he's switching up his kickoff because his first one is bad, and he feels that in order to win a kickoff to begin with, he feels the need to fake it or slow it down. Because once again, his thought process is, in my opinion, I've lost 5 kickoffs in a row. I need to win a kickoff. At this point, he doesn't care if he wins a kickoff or not. At this point, he doesn't care how he goes about doing the kickoff. All he cares about is like, man, I've lost 5 kickoffs. This is the kickoff I need to win. I don't care how I win this kickoff, I'm just gonna win it. And by win it, I'm talking about not letting it go to your side. So this is not strategy. Him slowing the ball down is not a strategy. It's him trying to make up for his bad kickoffs. So for PDG or whoever's watching this video, if you're changing up your kickoff because you suck at kickoff and you just want to win a kickoff for the life of you, the answer is not to change your initial kickoff or to slow it down or to change it or completely change everything that you've done in the past to compensate. If the kickoff you've been trying all game isn't working, it's probably not because you're not faking the person that you're trying to kick off with. It's not because you haven't slowed the ball down yet. It is just because your kickoff technique is trash. Because it's trash and because you've lost 5 kickoffs in a row, now you're trying to make up for it by changing it up so that your opponent quote unquote messes up and then you quote unquote win the first kickoff of the game that you ever won. You're not doing this kickoff because it's a good strategy. You're doing it so you can boost your ego and feel better about yourself because you actually won a kickoff for once. There is a big difference between someone who does a kickoff because it's a strategy and someone who does it because they want to inflate their egos because they've been losing kickoff all game. It's a big difference. Now, PDG, if you're the one who watches this video and you remember this game, if you tell me now in the comments like, hey, I did that on purpose, I did mean to fake it, I did mean to slow it down, I was trying to change it up, then that's great, that's fine. You know, I'm just trying to prevent you and like a lot of other players I know who just change up their kickoff just so that they can win the kickoff. Because the problem I'm seeing with a lot of players is that they're using this method of, oh, because I've lost 5 kickoffs and then I fake it, you know, yeah, you win the kickoff, you win possession, but you're putting a band-aid on the problem. You faking the kickoff or slowing it down just because you want to win the kickoff, it's a temporary solution. It is not the answer. The answer is not, oh, I need to change up my kickoff so I can win a kickoff. The answer is you need to work on your initial kickoff, the one that you use every game because it's consistent, and you need to make that consistent. Because in order to fool your opponent, you need to have a good initial base kickoff that they see you do every time, and then the one time that you fake it or slow it down, it completely throws them off guard. And that's the point. That's the whole point of doing a kickoff or like changing it up. If you're gonna change up a kickoff, you're doing it to throw off your opponent and gain an advantage, not just because you wanna win a kickoff. So I apologize for the rant here, but if we look at this kickoff, he's gonna, you know, slow it down, but it's still garbage. It was still garbage. Even if your attempt to just win the kickoff that was 4, we still lost it horribly. You lost the kickoff, you lose the ball, you lose the boost. I mean, you have boost, but your opponent gets a boost. It just didn't work. So once again, we do the kickoff. We don't do it the right way. We're slow to it. We just get completely beat to it. And now our opponent has full control and full boost. But anyways, he's gonna go ahead, come across, get a nice clear. It's good. Get some boost. Love it. And then, do you get this goal? Okay, you do. Moving on to the next kickoff. What happens? Let's see. Boom. My brother, you've been having a bad game. I'll just say that. This one replay in particular that I picked out, I don't know if you're just having a bad day or what, but these are not good kickoffs. That sucks. We need to work on that. We need to practice. Gonna keep playing the VOD here. Gets a nice little fake. Gets the free ball. We love it. Good control here. And he's gonna troll a bit. Are you kidding me, bro? Why are you trolling? Why are you trolling, PDG? What are you doing? Bro, do you not understand, like, what position you're in right now? Like, yeah, you win the goal. Sure. But you're 5-4. You're 5-4, my guy, and you're losing time by stalling here. Like, you did not think about this. Because here's the thing. Yeah, you're stalling the ball, but you're wasting time. So, in the case that this turns out to be 5-5, which it will be, spoiler alert, then what is it that you've done? You have literally giving yourself less time to come back, assuming that the other guy gets back on you. So if he makes a comeback and then you guys are tied up again, you know, you've basically given yourself less time to come back again and even the score out. So I get that this is like funny, haha, oh, I faked you, oh, ha ha ha, you know, look at me, you know, look at me, look, oh, you can't save it, oh, that's so funny, right? You think it's funny. It's not. This is not funny. This is throwing. You are literally throwing the game when you do this. And that is just simply because you are giving yourself less time to come back when things don't go your way, as you're gonna see here in a few minutes. So look again, does the kickoff. This one's much better. He gets ball and he gets boost. Or he doesn't get ball because he tosses it super hard. Again, goes for the bump. Like, why are we doing this? Again, you go for the bump attempt, doesn't work. And guess what? Now you're in a terrible position. You even leave your net open. That's crazy. So if we're looking back at this again, does a actually good kickoff, gets a clean 50. Now here he touches it way too hard. So if I'm you, you get one soft touch to yourself like this, and then you do something with it. Look, I'll do it again. You get to here, and you just touch the sidewall to yourself like that, easy, right? And then guess what? You got a ton of space, and then you can do whatever you want. But instead, you turn out with it, and then you hit it towards their corner, and then you get no possession. Completely awful, not good. And then not only that, you go out of your way for a bump attempt. So you lose control of the ball, right? You get the boost, but you lose control. You lose control of the ball. You go for a bump. You miss the bump, and then you get punished for it. Like, this is crazy to me. Like, you literally had full possession. Literally, all you had to do was do this. Bang, bang, pass it to yourself, and then you get all the free time to cook this kid. Flick, over, done, easy. You know, it's gonna be like 7-4 instead of 6-5 or 5-5 or whatever it is. And now because you're a dumbass who went for a bump because you're greedy, you know, now it's 5-5. And now, instead of having a minute to come back, now you only have 45 seconds. Because, oh, that's right, if we go all the way back here, what did you do? Oh, I forgot. That's right, you stalled time. You stalled time like a freaking dummy. Now it's going against you. So by going ahead here and stalling the frick out of the ball because you think it's funny, all you've done at this point is giving yourself less time to come back. Like, you're literally trolling yourself. All right, looking at the last kickoff of the game, if I'm being honest, this was the best kickoff the entire game. Like, if I had an opinion on just of all the kickoffs they did this game, that was the best one. And there's obviously a reason for that. This is the best one because he got a clean speed flip. He's directly in the center of the ball, so he gets full coverage. He wins ball, and he wins boost. Okay, never mind. He doesn't win ball or boost. I mean, he does win the kickoff. He doesn't even win either. Here's the thing. You should just get one. Just touch the ball. Either get boost or touch the ball. I don't care. Just pick one. Pick ball or pick boost. Just pick one of them. Okay, he picks boost. That's fine. And then it gets around it. And then it's open. Okay, let me show you an example. This is what he did. This is what he should have done. I'll show you guys that one more time. So again, he does the kickoff, the ball pops up, and then as soon as you land on the ground, you're gonna use a little flip to move yourself forward to the ball. So just like this. Drive, flip, touching the ball towards the boost, and then you get full control, like this, bang. But like I was showing before, he's gonna proxy for the boost instead over the ball, and then he's not able to get in position behind it, and then he gets dunked. So the ball clears to the back, he gets a dunk over player goes for a bump, and then actually player isn't able to get back. Okay, so to be fair, PDG, I thought you lost this game. I kind of forgot that you won it, to be fair. Like, I kind of thought what you did was you trolled on that other goal. And then I thought right here that the other opponent was going to score, and then the goal line was 6-5. But you do end up winning. Good job. Round of applause. But at the end of the day, guys, you guys saw the mistakes. I showed them off. I showed you what to do better. I gave you real life in-game examples. So did PDG win this game? Yes, he did. But do you guys want to know what winning in Rocket League really looks like? Winning in Rocket League means learning from your mistakes. So yeah, you won this game, PDG, but you know what would make it so that you win even better, win more, just win 10 times more winning than you already do? Is if you just learn from these mistakes. That's all you gotta do. Is just you look at these mistakes, you see what you're doing wrong, you change them, you get better. That's what really winning in this game looks like. All right, you guys, that will be about it for today's video. I just want to say to you, PDG, if you watch this, nothing I was saying today was an attack on you. Everything that I showed today was in an effort to help you, not hurt you. I don't have anything against you. I'm just a Rocket League coach, and this is what I'm passionate about. So I hope that if you watch this video, PDG, that it helped you a lot. And to any of the rest of you that like to play 1v1 and you want to play at high level, if you guys follow some of those tips that I talked about today, you guys will definitely rank up for sure. As I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys need a part 2, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.